Hello and welcome to Intuitively Matt. I'm Matt. I had an idea that is not original, but it is an idea nonetheless. I've honestly started associating a lot of things with the tarot cards, and one of the main things that I've associated with the cards is music. And today I want to go over this little video essay tag of the Fool's Journey as songs, or what I like to call the Fool's Playlist. I'm tagging Intuitively IVM, I'm tagging Six of Swords Tarot, I'm tagging Mixtress Rae. I would be interested to hear what your takes are on what the Fool would listen to as they experience each card of the Major Arcana. So for those of you who don't know, the first 22 cards of the tarot deck are what's called the Fool's Journey. This is the Major Arcana. Fool, aka the Zero card, goes through all these different journeys and meets all these different people. The Fool learns something through each card. The playlist that I've made on Spotify and on YouTube is linked in the description, so if you want to take a listen to these choices, or if you've never heard a song that I'm mentioning and you're just like, what are you talking about? And check it out. Please watch as we go through each Major Arcana card and the song that I associate with that card. Let's go to number 1. I love this song. I'm a new soul. I come into this strange world hoping that I could learn a bit about how to give and take. But since I came here, I felt the joy and fear of finding myself making every possible mistake. I think the idea of the Fool is that he's a new soul. He is, in the card, he's a grown man, but he is a new soul. This is the start of your journey. Maybe if you believe in reincarnation, this is the first time around. You are here to learn as much as possible. You're here to experience everything. You're here to go through the Fool's journey. I came here to learn this, I came here to learn that. And, you know, the Fool's confused as to why everything is not this divine world and has to sort of navigate this new environment. I think the song sort of encapsulates the idea of the Fool being puzzled of the human experience. Now for our next song, for the Magician. I'm not a huge Beyonce fan, I have to admit, but this song is one of my favorites. I see it, I want it, I slunt it, yellow bone it, I dream it, I work it, I grind till I own it. Get what's mine, take what's mine, I'm a star, cause I slay, I slay, I slay, I slay. I might get your song played on the radio station. To me, the Magician has an energy of a person who really cares about their appearance and is sort of an entertainer of sorts. So what better entertainer than one of the best entertainers in the world right now, Beyonce. This idea of I dream it, I want it, I get it, is manifesting right there. I think the Magician sort of has a tendency to point out people who are a little bit self-focused in whichever way, positive or negative, and it's a very showy card. You know, it's a card that a lot of people know about, and I think this card just exudes like big Leo energy. If I had to give it that showmanship, that like pizzazz and flash, is all about having all the tools with you and being able to create something with it, being in that zone of creation. That's what that card's about, and the song sort of embodies it and owns it. Chef's kiss to the Magician. Now the next song I love, and if you've been in the spiritual community for a while, then I'm sure you've heard of this artist and of the song. Enya's Caribbean Blue. The High Priestess is one of my favorite cards, that's why it's on my YouTube banner. It has to do with intuition and has to do with secret knowledge. Enya is saying Eurus, Aphrodite, Zephyrus. It sounds like this person's just saying secret knowledge that I have no clue. It's just boop boop going in and out. It's like the High Priestess trying to talk and communicate with me. And the line Aphrodite, according to Google, is the moment where everything makes sense in life. And to me, the High Priestess has it figured out. She has her own philosophy. She knows what it is she's here to do. She's got that Master Number 11 energy, which I'm a Master Number 11, so I feel that connection to what she represents. The song is just heavenly. I mean, you hear it and it's just so wavy and ethereal and dreamy, and blue is the color of the High Priestess, so I can't help but associate the two. For my next song, it might be a little bit out there, but I had to do it because I'm a drag queen. Call Me Mother by RuPaul is a classic at this point. One of the opening lines is fishy feminine style to 11. And of course, the Empress is divine feminine energy, is that motherly figure of the tarot deck, that nurturer. And what better song than Call Me Mother? I'm divine, so heavenly. Empress is all about nurturing and is all about giving birth and supplying things. So when I think of supplying and giving birth and nurturing, I honestly think of Earth. One of the lines is about to end this drought, so plentiful. That goes hand in hand with the Empress. Like, you are nurturing the planet, you are giving birth, you are supplying and looking after. And of course they call me mother, because why not? And the next card is the Emperor, and I had a little bit of a tricky time with this one, so I chose this song. The main thing that sort of gave me Emperor vibes or Emperor impressions is the fact that the line, "We appreciate power," is repeated several times in the song. One of the chorus lines, it is one of the bridge lines, it's the title. I would imagine an emperor demanding power, and to me the emperor represents power, control, that Aries energy, that sort of energy is just very emperor to me. It's almost angsty. The line, "What will make you capitulate?" gives very Aries energy, which it's associated with the card. That whole power dynamic, that energy of just demanding something from someone, is very much Emperor. The song is all about AI controlling the human race. If you have seen the 1990s version of Romeo and Juliet, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and I don't know her name, you will know this song. The long-term benefits of sunscreen have been proven by scientists, whereas the rest of my advice has no basis more reliable than my own meandering experience. I will dispense this advice now. Everybody's Free to Wear Sunscreen by Buzz Lerman. To me, very much the Hierophant. When I think of the Hierophant, I think of counselors. I think of advice given. I think of consultations. I think of communicating with someone wanting to be educated, student, teacher, that sort of dynamic, being given advice. Every single line of this song is a piece of advice. If I could only offer you one tip for the future, sunscreen would be it. The entire song sounds like it's an experienced older person passing on wisdom to younger people. One of my favorite pieces of advice in this song constantly rings in my mind whenever I'm given advice, and is, "Be careful whose advice you buy, but be patient with those who supply it. Advice is a form of nostalgia, dispensing it as a way of fishing the past from a disposal, wiping it off, painting over the ugly parts, and recycling it for more than it's worth." Maybe it's because I'm of a younger age. Hierophant energy, it's something that I just associate with the card. The Lovers is the next card, and I had to be very, very particular with this, because I think The Lovers is about love, of course, duh, right? But it's also about two people wanting to connect with each other. I had to find something that just sort of vibed with me, kept that open line of communication. So I chose Be My Lover by LaBouche. A bop, a jam, something you could do-si-do to. Go ahead and take your time, boy, you gotta feel secure. Before making my baby, you have to be sure. If I think of this song in a reading, it is like this person wants to connect with you, wants to make sure you're ready for it. It's that like willingness to connect that The Lovers brings. A relationship reading and any reading, it's that two people want to connect. I hear what you say, I hear what you do, I know everything I need to know about you. And I want you to know that it's telling me you want to be my lover. Two people realizing that they want to connect, and it's a freaking good jam too. Maybe it's showing that the two people want a new level of the relationship, but again, you have to be sure. You have to be in agreement for that. It's that scenario that comes to mind when I think of the song. The next card is the Chariot. And the Chariot is all about victory, is all about uniting of forces, being resourceful in my eyes, and using what you have. And of course, automobiles. So I had to think of a song and a singer that really was good at victory songs or songs about overcoming things. So I chose Unstoppable by Sia. I put my armor on, show you how strong I am. I put my armor on, I show you that I can. And this just reminds me of the crescent armor that the man wears. It's a really catchy song. I was in love with Sia. I think it was 7th grade or sophomore year. I'm getting those two mixed up. I don't know how. The armor in the song just sort of represents They're willing to take on a challenge. They're willing to win, willing to overcome, to have victory, sort of dominate a situation, prove themselves. And of course the line, I'm a Porsche with no brakes. I'm invincible. Yeah, I win every single game. I'm so powerful. I don't need batteries to play. I'm so confident. I'm unstoppable today. Again, unstoppable energy that the chariot has. Of course, the hint to an automobile, because a chariot is a mobile device? Construction. Again, I think of the scenario, you know, you united the Sphinxes. Like, that's a really great feat. Now the next song might be a little obvious, but I think it fits. Roar by Katy Perry, and I think the song goes with strength, because the big cat reference, right? I think it also highlights the lack of strength, or the lack of confidence that strength card can indicate sometimes. I stood for nothing, so I fell for everything. It takes courage, and it takes a strong personality, boldness, to have your own stance on something. That takes strength. You held me down, but I got up. I'm already brushing off the dust. I mean, strength is not always about, you know, taking every challenge head on and winning and overcoming every challenge. It's also about being resilient. This person, again, has finally understood the value of having a stance, has gained that sort of infinity symbol crown, and it takes inner strength to express yourself too. That's also something that I think is associated with the card, is expressing yourself and being bold. The next card is the Hermit, and this one may be a little bit of a reach, but I think it fits. Soulless Creatures by Aurora. To me, this song is a scenario of a person turning inward. A person who normally doesn't self-reflect has finally had that moment where they're like, I need to step back and reflect, and I'm having all these thoughts and sudden realizations. I never knew this curious head of mine, never knew what is love if kept inside. Never knew this curious mind. You've never taken the moment to self-explore, to reflect, do some soul searching. And this is the Fool turning inward. All the pieces of my body gone, look at me now and tell me how I feel inside. Every piece that I lost, I have lost. Or loved, I think that's the real lyric. Google might be wrong. They need to assess where they are and they feel lost, which the Hermit can sometimes indicate. I'm not grounded anymore and I need to sort of And the next card is Wheel of Fortune. The song is by my favorite band, Depeche Mode. Behind the Wheel, the 2006 remastered version by Depeche Mode, I think perfectly goes with this. Tonight I'm in the hands of fate. I hand myself over on a plate, and this is a person surrendering themselves to destiny, to fate, to the universe. And while the card doesn't necessarily indicate surrender, it indicates having this destiny. Maybe something is meant to happen, or you're meant to encounter a situation or a person, and this person doesn't want to be in control. This person wants to run by destiny's plan. There are times when I feel I'd rather not be the one behind the wheel. Whenever he says little girl, I just imagine he's talking to the universe. You should really go check them out if you've never heard of them or heard their songs. You probably have heard their songs. And the next song I had a really hard time with, Justice. When I heard Nothing Personal by Night Riots, I felt as though it fit perfectly. This is a very angsty Justice that I'm picturing. I feel like the song is Justice talking directly to us with the lines, I am the light, I am the truth, I am the way, nothing personal, nothing personal. It's sort of ruthless to think of justice like this, but I think it's kind of the way everything sort of balances out. Like in the end, justice does usually happen. I control you far above, you do what I do. It's sort of justice, like saying you do what I do, and it's sort of that like karmic way of justice. If you've never heard the song, it sounds a lot like Spider-Man by The Cure, at least for the opening bars, but I think it is a great song, and the main singer is really cute. So, check it out. I love Kate Bush. I love Kate Bush so much. I thought the song fit perfectly for the Hanged Man. Suspended in Gaffa by Kate Bush. Oh, I love Kate Bush. We can't have it all, we can't have it all is muttered a lot of times throughout the song. And to me, the hanged man is usually selfless and realizes that we need to sacrifice some things in our life to make room for other things. This hanged man realizes we can't have it all. Suddenly my feet are feet of mud, it all goes slow-mo. I don't know why I'm crying, am I suspended of Gaffa? Sort of reminds me of the process of being hung upside down. It's disorienting, and I think even the video captures and shows Kate Bush being suspended upside down. I think that's where I got this association from. But not until I'm ready for you, not until I'm ready, can I have it all. Mother, where are the angels? I'm scared of the changes. These lines can tell the story of a person who's not ready to surrender to the universe or to whatever forces or to a situation, and is sort of letting their ego get in the way, and they're not enjoying the ride, which I feel is what the hanged man is all about, is just surrendering to a situation or being selfless and doing something that is not necessarily the most comfortable. I love this next song so much, and when I first heard it, I was like, I was in high school junior year, and I didn't see it through Adult Swim, but I saw the Adult Swim video, and it is gorgeous. For our death card, we have When I Was Done Dying by Dan Deacon. Such a good song, and to me this song is the process of somebody who's being reincarnated. Tells of a person dying and experiencing these different processes that the universe has after death. And I like the lines, how my skin did explode leaving only my shirt, but from a shirt grew a tree, and the tree grew a fruit, and I became the seed, and the seed was a brute, and I clawed through the ground with my roots and my leaves, and I tore up the shirt, and I ate up the sleeves. A person dying and a plant growing from their body. I think that's a beautiful image and a beautiful way to show the transformation and the new chapter that the death card represents. She said, better luck next time, don't worry so much. Without ears I couldn't hear her, I could just feel the touch. As I fell asleep softly at the edge of a cave, but I should have gone deeper, but I'm not so brave. And I think it's the sun in the song that's wiping away the tears after dying and seeing your life and what you've done. And one of the lines, or most touching lines, is, I'm sorry if I hurt anyone. It just represents death, the change that comes with death. If you don't listen to any song on this playlist, you need to listen to this song. Temperance. So if you've seen Kill Bill, you will probably recognize the song, but I felt this just went. Has no words in it that I can distinguish. It's literally just ooh. Kaifuku Surukizu / Wounds That Heal by Lily Chow Chow. The song has no lyrics, but it sounds like an angel just in a meadow, tipping water into a goblet. It's angelic, it is peaceful, atmospheric. If you've seen Kill Bill, the scene where Beatrice, or the bride, is picking out swords, that's the scene. And the next song we have is The Devil. So I thought, who better to represent that than Lana Del Rey. Gods and Monsters by Lana Del Rey. To me, the Devil card is all about wasting your time on something that you know is not good for you, or having unhealthy attachments like addiction, or unhealthy attachments to a person, being in a negative relationship with someone. You got that medicine I need, fame, liquor, love, give it to me slowly. Put your hands on my waist, do it softly. It gave me the mental image of making a deal with the devil, which I think is the sort of metaphor behind the card, is that you're wasting your time with something that is not necessarily the best for you. That you're gaining something from it. You're gaining something that you like. God, give it to me. This is heaven, what I truly want. It's innocence lost. You got the medicine I need, dope, shoot it up, straight to the heart, please. I don't really want to know what's good for me. Just the card's association with unhealthy addictions, vices, is really what comes to mind. And Lana is in a situation where she could easily get out, but she's choosing to stay in this position. It's moody. It's one of my favorite scenes from American Horror Story, if you've seen American Horror Story Freak Show. And even Jessica Lange's character knew what she was doing and continued to sing once she conjured up the murderous freak. And everyone's favorite card is The Tower. So I chose this song. Play Destroy by Grimes and Poppy. This is a combo of peaceful riffs mixed with darker / electric guitar sounds that just remind me of a tower crumbling while lightning flashes. Peaceful in the beginning, or I'm sorry, it's not peaceful in the beginning, it has a peaceful moment. And then it like goes into electric guitar riffs, and it is awesome. I think one of the main lines and only lines that reminds me of the tower is "burn down your local Walmart." It's chaotic in its sound. A very sudden change, and this song has sudden changes with it if you've never heard it before. Once you hear it, it's like, oh, okay, you get used to it. Hearing it for the first time, it's like, I didn't expect that change. I think the song really suits the card, in my opinion. The next card is one of my favorite songs. I say that for every song on here, but it's one of my favorite songs. The next card is the star, so I chose The Light by Disturbed. Nighttime in the tarot is when things get fuzzy and things get a little, you're only getting the half the story. And the star is there to give you hope and know that you're on the right track. And it's sort of a confirmation. It's a thing saying, you know, look to the future. Look at the stars ahead. The truth is waiting there for you to find it. It's not a blight but a remedy. It just tells me that things might not be the clearest in that moment, but to have faith. And that there is something to be found, something worth to be found. Then your fears seem to keep you blinded. Again, fear can stop faith, and fear can cloud hope. When you think all is forsaken, listen to me now, all is not forsaken. You need never feel broken again. Sometimes the darkness can show you the light. And I think that perfectly sets the scene for, you know, the dark night and just having this star shine and show you the way. So it's a really great song. The opening few notes are iconic in my opinion. Prepare yourself for reckoning when the world seems to crumble again. Don't be afraid, don't turn away. You're the one who can redefine it. Don't let hope become a memory. This seems to sort of reference the tower when your world seems to crumble again, so meaning it's happened before, and it will happen again, aka the moon. Not necessarily what the moon indicates, it's not going to indicate your world crumbling around you, but it's just another sense of deceit, so I feel as though it goes. And then, don't let another somber pariah consume your soul. You need strengthening, toughening. It takes an inner darkness to rekindle the fire burning in you. Again, you need to experience the night to find out what's so great about the day. First, we need to get to the moon, which, another favorite song of mine, duh, oh my gosh, ha, wow. I chose Cosmic Love by Florence and the Machine. Falling star fell from your heart and landed in my eyes. I screamed aloud as it tore through them, and now it's left me blind. It just reminds me how unclear your situation is when you get the moon in a tarot reading. There are fuzzy emotions and fuzzy thoughts and possible deception. The night has left you blind, and the moon is the only thing that's illuminating it, and the moon only illuminates one side of something. So you're only getting half the story. You left me in the dark, no dawn, no day, I'm always in this twilight. The stars, the moon, they've all been blown out, you left me in the dark. Again, there's a lot of confusion in the moon, and you left me in the dark just sort of perfectly sums it up. Is that are in the dark about something, you're not getting information. And again, a very simple understanding of the moon, but if you're learning, this might help. Getting to the next card, this choice is going to be really weird. I know it. It's a really weird choice for the sun, but here you go. Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper. The vibes just make sense to me. The sun is all about vitality. It's all about that bright, young, youthful energy. When the working day is done, oh girls, they just want to have fun. That optimism, that yay factor that comes with the sun. And I think the line, I want to be the one to walk in the sun, says it all, in my opinion. The next card is Judgment, and I had a really hard time with this one. So I chose this one. Army of Me by Bjork. Stand up, you've got to manage, I won't sympathize anymore. The song reminds me as if you're just being judged. I won't sympathize with you, it's Judgment Day. Your actions in the past and your sins have sort of spoken for themselves. There is no sympathy. You're alright, there's nothing wrong, self-sufficiency please, and get to work. It sounds like you're passing the check, like you're alright, being judged, you're being criticized. And the vibes is just intense. It sounds like Judgment Day to me. Intense. And Bjork, the Scorpio in her, just passes that intensity into the song, which I think Judgment Day would be a very intense day for everyone. And the last song is The World. And so I chose a classic, What a Wonderful World, but I had to choose it by a queen. And that is this version.
I see trees of green, red roses too.
What a Wonderful World by Sarah Brightman, or her version of What a Wonderful World. In the end of the Fool's journey, the Fool feels complete, is looking back at all the experiences they've had, and is appreciating everything that they've learned. I don't think it necessarily indicates the end of their life, but an end of a cycle in their life, and it's reflecting on what they've learned from a situation or a cycle of their life. And it just sort of highlights all these pinnacle moments of the tarot deck. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day and the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. It's very peaceful. It's a feeling of wholeness and fulfillment. He realizes everything in his life has had a lesson that has taught him something. Everything in his life is to be appreciated. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. He has to reflect on everything that's gone through his journey. So I hope you appreciated the video. Again, Intuitive IBM, Mixtress Rae, and Six of Swords Tarot. I hand this and pass this to you. Love to hear what you guys think and associate these cards with. And maybe I'll do a Minor Arcana version. I don't know, let me know. I'll do it by suits. I hope it was cool and fun. Please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And comment. Let me know what you think. What songs do you feel went? What songs do you feel didn't go? I want to hear what you think. Let me know. Bye.